Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Chord Academy today. What's up, Dad? T-Man first on today, and Vance a close second. Good to see you, Vance. Vance has his copy. He's ready to go. All right, there's been tons of interest on the drop twos and the drop two, the block chords, and just really getting into these jazz chords. So we're going to do that today, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do on Thursday as well. Rick, what's up? The Gandalf of iMusicAcademy and Tricky Ricky's Blues. Good to see you. And Vicky, Queen Vic is on. All right, let's go ahead and I'll let you guys say hello, and we'll hopefully get a few more people in here as well. But let's just go ahead and do some review. We're going to do some minor drop twos today, and also talk about just major in the key of C as well. So if you have a D minor, and we'll do really simple at first. If I do my D minor 7 in a block chord, it's just root, flat third of the D major scale, 5, flat 7, and 1. And I want to practice doing that. And I can even Rickroll several of those. I can go D minor. Rickroll means just roll up 3, 2, 1. It's in honor of Gandalf of iMusicAcademy. And then another fun thing you can do is I love going up to the 9 chord, Rickrolling up to that. So think of it like your F major 7. Yeah, Tricky Ricky. So isn't that a nice thing to practice right there, Vance? Now, another thing that I kind of hinted around, what you hear in, if you're familiar with Perdido, that you do have this kind of sound. I'm sure I'll get my strike. So, but you can go. A really nice move is to go. Isn't that crazy right there? So if I'm doing a C minor 9. Which looks a lot like an E flat major 7, doesn't it? And then I take the middle 2 notes here, and I go down a half step. Now I have that. And I have this D minor. I do it again. If I go. Right? Go flat 9 city, as we say. What's up, Bill? Good to see you this morning. Okay, so if you guys are enjoying that, just we're in block chords right now. We're about to go drop 2 in just a minute, and then we'll go minor. But isn't this a nice sound of going up to that 9 right there? So I'm just D minor 7 at first. A great thing to practice up and down, rolling up to those notes. And we're just doing the basic D minor 7 right now. You can always put, if you're having any kind of questions. That's another nice thing. And you know me, I'm always thinking about voice leading. Voice leading is like, where is my melody going? And here I'm thinking, bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. So the point of there is just to show you that, like, sometimes I'm just thinking melody and I'll figure out the rest later. And the same thing with what I want you guys to do. But let's go back to the basics, then we're moving on to the next thing. The basic is this. I want everybody to get familiar with your D minor 7. Straight up D minor 7. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. If we're in the key of C, go up down to C. Same thing. Root, flat third, 5, flat 7, root, and doubled, right? We're doing a block chord position right now. And then once again, I went up to the 9. And then a fun thing you could do with that 9, C minor 9, is go to here by just lowering the middle 2 notes. And now you have an F7 with the flat 9. It's actually a F13 on the top. Doesn't that sound nice, Rick? And this. So you have this idea. Isn't that nice that we can do that? And so you can practice it on D, practice it on C. All right, let me say hello to a few more people. Rick says it sounds nice. Yeah, that's a nice exercise. And I will make sure I write that out for you guys. We're just going to go like this, D minor, and you get to here, and you'll be able to do it in any key, which I really like. All right, let's talk about drop 2 now. If we're going to go to C major first. We're going to get to the minor again. But what I love about these drop 2s, remember, this comes from this Barry Harris exercise of C6. We're going C6, C, E, G, A. You could Rick roll up there, and we have a C6. Also looks like an A minor 7, doesn't it, right here? Little visual cues. Now watch this. From here, we can go C6, and then you go D diminished. D, F, A flat, D, F, A flat, B, and D. And we're still doing block 2 right now, okay, while we're doing this. And we're going to do drop 2 in a second. So here and D diminished. You see, it's already getting easier for you guys. D diminished. C6, D diminished. C6, D diminished. And what I love about this is if I'm on a 1 chord, I can do this crazy thing where I can go, all right, C major. And then I'm going to go D diminished, which I did this. But I actually did this. This is a crazy tip that I'm throwing in here. Is that, notice that if I went D diminished, and I just use these 4 notes, but occasionally you'll hear me do this kind of sound. All right? Now, if you do a D diminished scale, and everybody pay attention here. So I go whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. So it's this scale, right? Notice that this G is in that scale. Do you see that? So a very cool advanced tip. Everybody hang in. We have a lot of people watching what we did and went like down from 13 to 8. Maybe that means people have closed out the window to go practice this, but watch this tip right here. If I go D diminished, I can go a whole step up. It's still part of the diminished scale. D diminished, right? So here's my D diminished, but I'm going to go up a whole step. What a cool chord that is. And then I can do it again. Instead of A flat diminished, I can go up a whole step there. Instead of B diminished, which is the same notes, I can go up there. And and sometimes I'll do that. I'll do this kind of sound. Wow, how modern is that right there? Okay, so go back to D. I'm sorry, C. And then we had this. C6, D diminished, C6, D diminished, C6, D diminished, and C6 again. All right, let's do the drop 2. So let's talk again about the drop 2. All you do is you take your C6, let's do it right here, and we have our G with the second highest note. Drop 2 means to drop the second highest note down an octave. There it is right there, C6. Now, you can, to help as a great visual thing, if I do a C6 right here and I envision the second highest note down, and now it's just these 3 notes in my right hand. So my middle finger is going to lay out. And I do it again here. Okay, there it is right there. I was visualizing my C6 in inversion, but there's that note right there. If I do it again, I'm thinking about that middle finger, but my left hand's going to play that. What if we do it again? If I go up here, I'm thinking about that middle finger, but I'm not going to play it. Okay, let's start again. Okay, here's my block chord. Here's my C6 in block position. Second highest note goes down. Now, already, listen to this. Okay, let's invert it again. Listen how beautiful that is. What if I invert it again? There's that A minor 7. Let's start over again. So here it is. What if we invert it again? And then we have this idea, if there's our note right there, you think of that right there. Let's do it again. Now, what about on the next chord? So you have this, and what about for diminished? We're going to go, all right, there's our D diminished. Second highest note normally would be this, your B. So that goes down the octave. So once again, if I'm thinking D diminished, I'm thinking these 4 notes, and I can visualize this second highest note going down an octave. So I can rickroll it if I want to. Okay, so now I'm thinking about this as one shape, but I'm not playing my middle finger. Now I'm visualizing the shape, not playing my middle finger. If you understand that, put God in the chat. It's a visual reminder of where we are. And there's my C again. Notice that I'm visualizing this C6, but I'm not playing my middle finger. I'm playing that left hand. Now when I go down here, it's the same thing. There's my second highest note. If I do it again, isn't that nice? Rick's got it. Of course he does. Now, let's do this one more time. So you have C. Let's do it. Let's do the whole thing here. So if here's, instead of block position, we're going to go down here. Okay? And now D diminished is going to be like this. Because my middle finger, the part of that D diminished, I'm not playing it. I'm visualizing it though. And then I'm here. It's looking good, and then here's my D diminished again. I'm visualizing that D, but I'm not playing it. I'm playing it with the left hand. There's that D diminished. Don't be in a hurry. If you need to just sit and listen to it. Man, I'm getting a lot of notifications this morning. It's weird. on my other computer. Let's go down a little bit. Listen how pretty that is. Hear the difference. Block chords, and then are diminished with a drop 2. Oops. Okay, let's do that again. Like when you go to right here, I'm thinking, there's my diminished. Anywhere I started, I go, okay, start right here. Don't think about the middle finger coming down. And then C major, you can do your block chords if you want to, C6, or you can go with your same thing, your drop 2. There's your C and drop 2. If you guys understand that, got it in the chat. Now let's talk about, before we go to minor, we're doing great on time. We're going to go to 8:40 today. We have 20 minutes. That's pretty awesome. The next thing we're going to do is talk about, like, if I'm playing a ballad, I can go minor here. I can go diminished. I could go. And I'm just going to sit on that. Isn't that fun? All right, if you guys are ready to talk minor, put minor in the chat. Vicky says she confesses to being lost right now. That's okay, Vicky, because what we're doing now is something we're going to continue to repeat over and over. Right now, we started out, of course, with this Barry Harris exercise of block chords. And all we're doing is 2 chords, C6 to D minor 7. And then occasionally we go up to the 9th. That's the 9th of D minor. Second note up the octave, D minor 9. Think of it like a F major 7 to get to that the 9th. What a beautiful sound that is. And all we're doing now is just sitting on these drop 2 chords, and all you do to make it a drop 2 is your middle finger, second highest note from the top, goes down. There it is, C6. You rickroll that. Then you do an inversion. Same thing. I'm visualizing that. Same thing here. I'm visualizing this, but I'm only playing the 3 notes The other one goes down the octave, and right here, same thing. And the same thing on diminished. Let's do it again. Good morning, George. Everybody say hey to George. All right, let's talk minor. I was saying, did anybody even put minor? I said, if you're ready to go to minor, let's put minor in the chat. Nobody did. All right, this is going to get fun. Just like we did. Wait, did anybody else say they were lost? Oh, Vance says he confessed to being lost. All right, should we go minor or should we stay with major? Let's do a vote. Let's do a quick vote if we should go to stay in minor or go back to major today. Yeah, so I had a gig last night, speaking of that, and we played Night and Day, you are the one, da 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 da, da 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 da, and then they have to diminish. But you can go da 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 instead of A flat. Oh, wait, hold on. 3 people lost major until everybody gets it. All right. I like that. I like the way you guys vote on that. That's good. So what we can do is go minor on Thursday. That way we can really dig into this. And we'll continue to repeat this stuff. But the minor is really fun because you right off the bat, you see how nice this minor sounds. And then you get into your diminished drop 2 there as well. It sounds really nice. All right, let's talk major a little bit more then. All right, so watch this, Doug. I want to make sure everybody gets this right here. 12 people watching. C6. Everybody should get this one. It's just a C chord with an extra note. A. Looks like an A minor 7. Block chords, we do this. And all I'm doing is inverting the chords. These 1, 2, 3, 4 notes with an additional double on the top and the bottom, right? And I'm going to take those and invert it. In the key of C, it's just 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, C, E, G. And think of it like an A minor 7 as well. You have that. Okay? And when you get that, put got it in the chat. And what I'm going to do... Vance says he's been lost since the late 80s. We'll get you back. All right, so watch this. I needed that, Vance. All right, everybody good. I know Rick gets this. I know several of you. I know George gets this. C6, and we Rickroll that. I think we should end on a blues, by the way. We'll do Rick's blues to end today. But C6, no problem. Then we're going to go D diminished. Actually, let's talk about the drop 2 while we have those 4 notes. The middle finger, like I visualize this shape. This is going to help you out so much. If you think middle finger, whatever I was going to play there is going to go down the octave. Now, when I go up to the next inversion, this is normally what I would play for that inversion, but my middle finger is not going to play. Now it's going to go down the octave. And you do it again. Normally I would play these 4 notes, but my middle finger's not going to play, and then we do it one more time. And I didn't play my second highest note. It's down in the octave. Another important thing is notice as I do a drop 2 of this chord, I'm going to start back down to here, and I go here. Notice that my left hand is arpeggiating an A minor 7. All All right, I'm going to do that again, okay? Watch this, everyone. This is where you're going to really lock in. Notice that as I drop to this, look what my left hand is doing. Arpeggiating an A minor 7 chord. Okay? Now, here's something I could do. Listen to this. What's up, Jeffrey, the most consistent man at iMusicAcademy? Good to see you, Jeffrey. All right, 13 people watching. Who absolutely loved the idea of what I just did with the drop 2 in its most basic form? Now, instead of arpeggiating this ninth that we started with today and dropping those middle notes, that's absolutely beautiful. But watch this. I went here. Block chords, but then you can go drop 2. Right there. What is that? C major 9 with a drop 2. Isn't that amazing? All right, let's do that. Let's do a few more, and then we'll go to a blues and then call it a day. That's your block chord. And then if we did that in drop 2, same thing. There's my D minor in drop 2. So as I go up to this inversion, I'm thinking, all right, there it is, but middle finger's going to play that. As I do it again, middle finger's not going to play that note. Left hand is going to do that. As I do it again, middle finger, my fourth finger's not going to play that A. It's going to be down the octave. Now I want you to see something else. If I do this right here and I go, all right, there's the D minor 7, and I go, okay, as I go up this inversion, my left hand is playing a D minor 7, and then I'm here. See what I did there? Let's do that again. Now listen to this. All right, we're going to end with the blues, but I love lost. Doug says he's lost in space, and you're right, Vance. It's not a great day until Dr. Jeff is here. Lost in space. All right, here's what we'll do. Now, we've done a lot today on just the simple idea of 2-5-1, but we've kind of increased the difficulty as we've done this because I want to continue to introduce the drop 2 concept, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. So let's do this. We're gonna do a blues in just a second, but here's your exercise, okay? Everybody just stay with me. Do the Barry Harris exercise this week. Okay, where you go, all right, there's C6, 4 notes, double on the top. And then you go, okay, there's C6 in inversion, 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 inversion. Okay, so then you're going to say C6, 4 notes, D diminished with a double there. Double, double. Just inversion of D diminished. It's just 4 notes up and down the keyboard. Just when I do those fancy flair things like that, all that is D diminished, B diminished, F diminished, A flat. Same 4 notes, right? But you use it to your advantage as you're thinking about those shapes. When I play a diminished chord, I'm thinking D diminished. I get this shape. It's a shape. It's a shape. Same 4 things over and over. And now I say, all right, how can I drop to this? I can take this shape, and in my middle finger, the second highest note from the top goes down an octave. Now I have this shape. Then I have this shape. Then I have this shape. All drop to. Same 4 notes over and over. Now what's so nice about that is that if I visualize my middle finger not playing, notice what's happening in my left hand. It's arpeggiating a diminished chord. And that's the same thing with all these drop 2s as I go up and down. It's arpeggiating a chord. If I did a C and drop 2, I'm doing an A minor 7 chord, right? Yes. All right. So Rick again is all knowing at iMusicAcademy, and he says alternating the C6 and the diminished. So what I want everybody to do, if I could speak this morning, I need some water, is you're going to do C6, and you're going to do the Barry Harris thing. You're going to go up to D diminished, and then you go C6 again. And get that exercise down. And what's nice about this exercise is you can do so many things with this. How do you turn it into actual music? Well, we were just showing you that, like, if you're on a C chord, and then instead of hanging on the C chord for days, you can actually go 1, 5, 1, 5. 6 just for fun. Sharp 11. Even on the G, I can go. So even as I pedal the G, I can go drop 2 for days. You can go. Right? So again, I'm here on C major. Now I'll do a little drop 2. I could do 2. So right there, I did like D minor, drop 2. Let's see what Vance says. Vance says, right, what, to what purpose? And not to mention, if I need a nice little C voicing that's not C major 7, but it's C6, I can get these inversions down, right? I want to do block chords at first. It's a great sound. And then I'm just going to alternate between that and my diminished, because it gives me somewhere to kind of stay in this scale of C, like I think C major, C, G. I can think 2, 5. 1 to 5. Rick says it's just different type of voicing, like tenths or thirds or shearing blocks. Exactly. And Rick, what the drop 2 does so beautifully is this. Watch what happens here if I go, all right, there's the D minor 7. I go, let me do it in block position, and then I'm going to transition to drop 2. Watch this. What sounds so beautiful about this, everybody lock in, is this, the 10th. And right here. You hear the 10th, right? All right, let's end with the blues. Yeah, you guys are, I promise you, just stick with me. You're going to lock into all this stuff. We're doing something that, yes, you guys have the Barry Harris book that is in your folder, but this is where we start, and we're going to continue to dig into the drop 2 voicings and how it relates. But at first, we want to get these voicings down here in block chord, and then you say here, diminished, C6, diminished, C6, diminished, C6. Same notes over and over and over, but go super slow, even if it's this. Sometimes I'll practice like this, right? A couple notes at a time. All right, can we end on a blues? It's 39 after. Let's go an extra 5 minutes if that's okay with you guys. Maybe we could play Rick's blues since he's here. Let's find it. Oh, we are not doing it at 160. Oh my gosh. What did I do, 170? Let's not go fast today. Let's try Rick's blues. Let's do it a couple more times. So a couple of little fun facts. In my gig last night, I told the guys, I said, hey, can I let's play a C blues, and I want to play some of the melodies that I've been working with some students. Hold on. Yeah, I'll address that in a minute, Vicky. You guys, so a couple of things. What I did on the gig last night was what I would want you guys to do is have fun with these melodies, like Tricky Ricky's Blues. And I did like Memphis, and I did Blues on the Move. Oh, it's not playing. Hold on, let me get to the right place. Why isn't this at the beginning? Let me try that again. So if I did Memphis was something. And I had to change it because of the E flat. Again, Memphis. How about a little blues scale? Tricky Ricky. Let's do that again. Tricky Ricky. I think the other one I did is Blues on the Move. I think I had to change it because of the E flat up the half step. All right. Let's see what you guys say. Vicky thinks so. You think so, Vance? Same page. All right. So the idea of the practicing the blues songs, all the jazz songs and blues songs we've been doing, what I love about them is you assimilate the material. Like anytime you're going to go on the track that goes up a half step, you can do the Rick. Right? And when you're doing the Memphis, you did this. And then another thing was the yard work blues, right? Going to do some yard work. Let's end with that. We're going to end with yard work blues. Now we have 18 people watching. And what I want to encourage anyone is if you're wanting to get better at this stuff and join an awesome community, there's a super easy way to do it. You hit join and you'll see how crazy affordable it is. This is not a thing where I'm trying to beg anyone to do it. I just really think we have an awesome community. And I'm always looking for the next person who wants to join. I think you'll find it a really awesome place where you get tons of material. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. We're very thankful we have 19 people watching. Very cool. Let's end with Yard Work Blues. This is in your folder as well as all these other songs, but I want people who really just want to be a part of what we're doing. So thank you so much for that. Let's end with the Yard Work Blues, and we'll play through a couple times. 1, 2, going to do some yard work. Now we'll go Rick. So we can go back to yard work. Rick. Rick. And Rick lower. Now we're going to end with the Ricks. Here's Rick's Blues one more time. 1, a 1, a 2. Tricky Ricky's Blues. right, now let's talk about what we're going to do on Thursday. In addition to do a very short recap on the drop twos that we just did, I really want to take us through standards at iMusicAcademy. So what we're going to do, you see Take the A Train with our jazz voicings. Just know that on Thursday, for all of our members at all of the academies, All Access, Chord Academy, and our YouTube membership, we're going to go through Take the A Train. So you're going to get how do you play this intro right here? How do you play the melody? I'm sure I'll get a strike for this. But how do you actually do the melody and play it right and play it with the right fingering? And then tricks to visualize the bridge section, the intro, and the outro. So you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to comp. Bum, 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 1, 6, 2, 5, bum. So Thursday, we're going to go through the whole thing, and you're going to have your whole packet of charts that has your play-along track, which I've already done, your video track that goes with it, your intro, how to play the intro with those voicings as well, and the comping. How do you comp over this stuff? And I've got the whole PDF written exactly. You get these beautiful voicings right here. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So look forward to that on Thursday. We are taking Take the A Train. You'll have your backing tracks, all these things. So to my members, know that's coming on Thursday. All right, what's up? Promise, Diego. Y'all say hey to Diego. All right, so this is office hours for like 1.5 minutes as we wrap up. Thursday, we have 21 people watching. I think that's awesome. I can't wait for the next person to hit join and join our community. I think you're going to be blessed when you do. And don't just sign up and then cancel. You're going to sign up. You're going to want to get better. And it's literally like so crazy cheap to get in on the bottom. All right. It's been a lot of fun, everyone. Thursday's going to be awesome. Take the A Train. I'm going to show everybody how to play the intro, outro, melody. You got to know these fingerings to play this stuff. All right. It's really important. And you got to have your left hand voicings down. And you have to have comping voices. We're going to talk about soloing as well. So it's going to be fun. The good thing about soloing over your things like Take the A Train, you can use all your ideas, all your bluesy ideas. You can use a whole tone scale that you can do over your solo. And then when it's time to improvise, you can do your little... You can use a Vance on a 1625. Yeah, guys, now's the time to say goodbye to each other for now, and I'll see you on Thursday. Awesome, everyone. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye for today to... Hey, Diego, I got to go watch your video. I got to do that. Right after I get done, I'm going to go watch your video. Dad, good to see you first on this morning. Vance, close second with his cup of coffee. Vicky, thank you guys for all of my members that are in the chat room right now, and you're watching this on the replay. Thank you. You're a member of Chord Academy, All Access, YouTube channel. I'm very thankful for all of you. Rick, good to see you. Bill, awesome. Bill's been hanging out all the time. And we have Doug, Vicky, Jeffrey, of course. Anthony came in. Make sure I get everybody. Anybody else wants to say hello? It's the last time. Anthony says, low volume blues, Dave's leaving on the plane, yard work. Am I missing other songs? Anthony, there are tons of songs, but they're in the membership. All right, here we go. Diego, good to see you. Nice. Take the A train. Oh, there's so many different ways we could talk about how to play Take the A Train, Rick. Where you walk your bass line, a simple bass line. We can do that if y'all want to learn how to do that with simple. That's so funny. Awesome. George, I'm glad I didn't get off the live because I wanted to say goodbye to Diego, George, and Vicky. Thank you so much for your $2 donation. Every donation that comes in is much appreciated. Very thankful for you guys. I have way too much fun in these. I'm sorry that I go long on these. I know I say 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it ends up being a little longer. But these are office hours, right? So thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Vicky, thank you for your $2 donation. That's awesome.